Hello everyone, welcome to Land Reality Consult, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Afuseni Wasalifu. I am the CEO of Land Reality Consult. Land Reality Consult is a consulting firm dedicated to promoting geographic information sensing and remote sensing tutorials. Estate agency, if you want to buy or sell land, you can contact us, as well as land management and land administration issues. So kindly subscribe to my channel if you want to learn more about those things that I've mentioned. Today video is going to be brief. I'm going to give a brief presentation about the new Land Act that has been enacted by the Parliament of Ghana, and that is the new Land Act 2020 Act 1036. This is an act that has been enacted in the country with very huge potentials, having the ability to sanitize the land domain in the country. So, this new Land Act sought to solve some of these issues, such as encroachment, conflict, how to resolve conflicts, and so on. So, as I indicated, this land law has a lot of potentials, and in this video, I would like to highlight some of the salient features of this important act. So let's start. One of the very salient feature of the Land Act 2020 Act 1036 is the accountability of fiduciary holders. Fiduciary holders, these are people that hold land on behalf of another person or a larger group. So in this context, they are more talking about our traditional authorities. You know, in Ghana, about 80% of our land are in the hands of the traditional authorities. So this act is saying that there will be some kind of accountability of these traditional leaders. So in the past, some chiefs, family heads sell some of the lands that they are holding in trust for the people without any accountability. They take the money and they spend the money without any kind of accountability. So this act is going to deal with that. So the act is saying that the act holds that the chief, tindanes, clean heads, family heads, or any authority in charge of management of stool or skin land or clean or family lands are accountable as fiduciaries. So it is clear. So accountability is number one. And offenses are always associated with this. If you are not able to account for your stewardship, then there are offenses. I will talk about those offenses in another video. The second aspect is the creation of the customary land secretaries. Customary land secretaries are like offices or smaller institutions that have been created through land administration projects, and they are about 90 throughout the whole country to record transactions at the customary level. So the act is empowering the earlier established customary land secretariats, as well as establishing new customary secretariats to help to record lands at the customary level. This is in line with the continuum of land rights. To record it at a lower level, then it will come to a higher level with the Lands Commission. So this will eventually help to eliminate the multiple sales of land and other related issues. So this act is really on point. And this act has also made it possible for three system of land recordings. And the act is saying that we can record one recording of customary interest and rights by the customary land secretaries. So that is the first aspect of the recording. And then secondly, registration of instruments relating to land. That can be deeds. You know, in the country, it's only Accra, past some small portion of Kumasi and Cape Coast are practicing the land title registration. The rest are deed systems. So registration of instrument relating to land, and the 10 registration of title, interest, and rights in land. So that is it. Some of the features of the land act. Let's move on. So, as I indicated, there were a lot of, before this act, there were a lot of disputes or conflicts relating to land. And in Ghana, about 60% of our cases in the court are land-related cases. So you see how huge it is. So the act is saying that let's use the ADR Act, Alternative Dispute Resolution Act 2010, Act 798, before an action involving land in registration district can be commenced in court. So it means that we should use alternative dispute resolution mechanisms to resolve our land issues before sending them to court, meaning that court should be the last resort with respect to dealing with land issues. So in anything or any dispute in relation to land should first of all resort to what? ADR mechanism, that is alternative dispute resolution mechanisms. And another feature of the new Land Act is the spousal protection. So this indicates, or this helps to protect spouses, a man and a woman who are married. So if you are married and you acquired property whilst you people are married, it becomes a joint property, meaning that you can never sell, lease, or transact on that land without the consent of the other party. So it's held as a joint property. So this act also talk about that. It makes it very clear. So now, but if you acquire some properties before marriage, those properties will be yours. It is not whole as a joint property. This act also talks about non-citizens of Ghana cannot hold under the clock of marriage to hold land for more than 50 years. So, you know, foreigners, if you're a foreigner that comes to Ghana, you can hold land for a maximum of 50 years for residential. And with other land uses, it varies. It can come together even 25, and depending of the arrangements. So you cannot hide under marriage. If you marry a Ghanaian, you cannot hide under that marriage to acquire an interest in land more than 50 years. So that is it. State has power to acquire land through eminent domain. So another feature of this, that, you know, before that, even the state, the government has the right to compulsory acquire land for developmental projects. In this act also allow the government to use the power of eminent domain to acquire such lands for public interest. But the act is saying that before you acquire those land, there should be a enough money, resources to pay compensation. And our constitution even indicated that payment of compensation should be prompt, timely, fair, and adequate. It should be able to restore the person to its previous status before the acquisition. So that is it. So the act is saying that before even any government agency or government acquires such land, there should be availability of funds. That will be not about even the availability. It should be available and then kept in an escrow account with interest yielding. That will be managed by the Lands Commission before such acquisition is made. And this will certainly fulfill the constitutional obligation of the fair, prompt compensation that the Constitution actually enjoin us to do. So, and then let's move to some other features. Another feature of the act says that a stool skin clean family which has allotted title to land cannot alienate without the consent and concurrence of the Regional Lands Commission. Before that, family lands, when you are granting it, you don't need concurrence from the Lands Commission or consent. But the act is saying that stool skin family lands, they should be what? A concurrence and consent from the Lands Commission. This will help to ensure that the land is judiciously managed, and then help to resolve some of the conflicts and other related issues, also in accordance with the planning regulations of all those. So you need approval, consent from the Lands Commission before something of you can alienate of such lands. Another salient feature of it is that the activities of a person referred to in the local police as a land guard has been criminalized. This is very important clause that actually criminalizing the activities of land guards. These activities of land guards has really been a pain in many landholders. People are brutalized. Some are even killed by these land guards just for nothing. So this act is saying that the activities of land guards are criminalized with very huge offenses. I will discuss some of these offenses in my second video, so keep watching. And concerning the land guard, a person who uses land guards to use force, violence, intimidations to prevent lawful owners of land from developing their lands commits an offense and upon convictions are liable to imprisonment. So the punishment is not for only the land guards, but people who engage land guards to do this kind of work are also liable. So this act really sought to sanitize the land administration system of the country. There's a lot of indiscipline in the sector, and this land act wants to eliminate all this kind of indiscipline. And another feature is a person who exercises adverse possession of a land for 12 years assessed title to the land through adverse possession. The position was that limitation or prescription operates against the state. That was then that if you settle on a land for about 12 years or more than 12 years, you can claim adverse possession under that limitation act. So you can just settle on it uninterruptedly. If you settle on it for 12 years, you can claim adverse possession, and you cannot bring an action against that person because that person assumed the role of the owner of such land or building. So, but this new land act abandoned or has extinguished this kind of position. So the new Land Act is saying that. So the new Land Act is that the current position is that the Limitation Act 1972, NRCD 54, and any other laws on prescription shall not operate against public lands. A person shall not acquire interest in public land by prescription or adverse possession. It is clear. Now it is no more. And then unlawful occupation or sale of public lands, another feature, has been criminalized. Anyone who sells public lands, land that's meant for development, like state lands, for activities for the benefit of a larger group, it is criminalized. If you sell such land, you have committed a heinous crime. You can allowed to pay huge monies, or you can go to prison. So people who always sell state land should be very careful, because it is a criminal offense which is punishable. And now it's also criminal to encroach state land or public lands. And when you encroach a state or public lands, it is a criminal offense. And you can be given a notice of 21 days for you to leave, and if you are not, the demolition of your structure and everything will be done. So that is it. The act is also clear on this. So this is a very good act as compared to any other law. Ghana is very good in making laws, but the implementation is what is really disturbing us. This is a very fine law, and if it is enforced, definitely it will help people to protect their lands. So the way forward for this Land Act is to what? Conduct a nationwide engagement to educate people about this land. Thank you very much for watching this video, and kindly subscribe to my channel for more videos. Bye bye.